We are live gaming vibes on a Sunday. I'm here with my guy Warren. We're gonna sit down and chop it up. Warren, let the people know who you are, man.
Yeah, it's your boy Warren, But you can find me on YouTube at Warren Leftridge, or you can just search up Warren and it'll show you Red Dead Avatar. But yeah, so we're gonna get started with today, bro.
Yo, let's talk about some next gen joints. Like we know, like these consoles just came out. There haven't really been any exclusives that's like crazy that you gotta have for this console. But tell me, what are you looking forward to?
God of War. That's what I'm looking forward to.
How come?
God of War Ragnarok.
Why?
Because like I feel like the top exclusives on PlayStation, or why PlayStation is known for exclusives, is God of War, Crash Bandicoot, and I'll say it's between Ratchet and Clank and Last of Us, basically.
So let me ask you a question. Have you played The Last of Us? Any of the games?
Yeah, I played The Last of Us.
You played both of them?
First one. I didn't play the second one, though.
What did you like about the first one?
The first one, the storytelling, the character development, how they like didn't push stuff on you and try to push an agenda on you. They just took their time for the story. Now, Last of Us 2, it's like they try to force a message on you, and it's like the storytelling just feels rushed, in my opinion. Like, oh, they gotta get you with it. Like, it feel like they try to force a shock element on you, like killing. Have you played it yet? Because I don't want to spoil it. Or are you planning on playing it?
That's a whole fact. I played it, and I got the same feel from you. Like the agenda was like a manufactured agenda. It didn't seem normal to fit into the actual story of that universe. And
they try to, they try to force that LGBTQ, like all types of stuff. Like people, like I don't know, but I don't like how they review bombed it. Like they just straight put bad reviews on it. Like there's some good aspects, like gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the first one, so that's a plus. And I don't know. I just don't like how they did my dude Joel, bro. Like, in the first 2 hours.
Yo, was tight. I was tight.
And then Ellie left Dina and her baby, so then Nate was gone. And then they didn't even at least give us a choice to kill Abby or let her live. So then, therefore, I'm like, well, she just did all this for nothing, and she just lost everything. Like,
yeah.
But yeah. All right, what you think on it? What you looking forward to for any console?
Yo, I'm looking forward to playing on the PS5. Man, I played the God of War joint, the last one that came out for the PS4. It was cool.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me a little bit of Uncharted, and I'm not talking about like the gameplay, but it's the same company that made them, and I was hoping that it would have been a little bit more semi-open world, because it kind of seemed like more linear based. Like it kind of led you around the path that you got to go to. I mean, there were some areas that were like kind of more open than the general area, but I kind of would want at this point in time from that particular franchise a more open world type setting feel. Even if it's like pseudo open world, it's not completely open, but I don't like the corridor going down this hallway. You can't. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. You know what I mean? My personal opinion. But
yeah, I see where you're coming from, bro.
But what else are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to Halo Infinite. Like like it's like when they show gameplay, I feel like they shouldn't have showed it yet, because then they just put that more pressure on themselves, because they said it looked like 360 graphics, like the enemies and stuff like that.
Oh wow!
And then people also got to understand it's like it's still under development. So I mean, you can't expect like all types of crisp and stuff like that. Unlike Cyberpunk, I mean they delayed it like I think 2 or 3 times. They almost broke Red Dead's record, but they delayed it 3 times, I think.
Facts. And be honest, I don't even think this game is probably going to be on the same level as Red Dead. Red Dead was no joke. Like that game was a solid game. Like
that wasn't planned. They just had to
I agree.
Try to pull it online, and then put Red Dead online, try to force that on you, and then just abandon the story mode. Like that's not right.
Yo, you know what? Yo, my man, you reading my mind because I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, when it came out, I was like, watch they GTA this shit online, and then when you get online, like people are griefing you, like you can't, like you'll spawn and they'll shoot you immediately. I'm like, come on, man, this shit is whack.
They'll kill your horse and stuff like
that. Yeah, kill your horse and shit.
Not every game is meant to be GTA Online. I bet you if they make a bully too, they're gonna add it. They're gonna try GTA Online that too. Like, come on, bro.
I don't want to see bully online, but you know the way it's going. The way it's going though, the way this industry is going, it seems like everything they're trying to make as an online service game, online multiplayer service.
Call of Duty, they focus mainly on multiplayer, but they still release a solid campaign. It's like Rockstar, they're not even gonna try to expand on it.
They're not.
I get that it took 60 hours, and then you had to remove at least like 5 hours of campaign. Or like, bro, it's like you hear us, like you even promised us DLC for GTA 5, and what happened to it?
They did. They did, and that's why I was quite surprised because remember with GTA 4, they had like all of that DLC that came out that was really good.
And it was separate.
And it was separate.
Like a whole other game.
I agree with you on
Vice
that.
City Stories and Liberty City Stories was like they were expansions for PSP, but then it was so good that it had to come to the PS2 and the Xbox and stuff like that.
No, I mean I agree. Like that was dope. But I think the demand, like we as gamers, we gotta demand them to put this shit out. Right? We can't just keep buying Grand Theft Auto 5 every generation. Like
we serious, but we're not that serious about it. Because then they're gonna be like, they keep asking for it, but they still buying microtransactions and stuff. So
and yeah, like the microtransactions, I think that's like the devil's in the details. I think like you remember Anthem, that multiplayer game Anthem that came out? Like
that fell.
That bombed. You know what I mean? Then you had the Avenger game that came out that bombed. And I'm gonna be honest, I ain't gonna cap. I was looking forward to that Avenger game. But when I saw that they weren't using the real Avenger characters, I said I'm done. Like I don't want to hear no fake Tony Starks and no fake Hulk. Like I don't.
Or no fake Steve Rogers.
Yeah, like they shouldn't have did that.
And then they made Spider-Man exclusive to PlayStation only. Now that was just dumb.
Yeah, they you know what it is too. Like they didn't have to do that, but I think due to the fact that the perception is that Sony makes great single player games, and they were like, let's just make this exclusive because it still sold well. Like it still was a good game. And I think that they would never bring Spider-Man over to the Xbox, but I think Xbox needs like a mascot, like how Sony has Spider-Man. What does Xbox
They gotta
have?
try to get Superman or a DC character or something.
Batman or somebody. You see what I'm saying? Make it exclusive.
Because Sony, I think they got the rights. Them and Disney got the rights over Marvel, or is it just Spider-Man they got the rights over?
Well, Disney
got Marvel. I know that.
Yeah, Disney owns Marvel, and I think they gave them maybe like a time exclusive for that Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But just because it's a time exclusive, it doesn't mean that it's still going to come to Xbox though. But what's crazy is like I hear a lot of PlayStation guys. They say, "Well, this game is exclusive for PlayStation, but then the shit will wind up on PC." And I'm like, "Well, then it's not exclusive." You see what I'm saying? It's
not an exclusive if it's on PC because that means Xbox players can play it too. Then.
Point, Warren, you're making my point. You're making my point.
PS5 in that case, you're doing them a favor. So
that's a whole fact. But you also heard that with that Call of Duty, the one of the online components of it, I believe it's the loadouts. You can only get so many loadouts on the Xbox version of it.
Oh yeah, PlayStation, they give you 3 extra loadout slots.
I said, how do you?
I said, no, what is that, bro? Like, everybody else needs the loadout slots too in that case.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think about, do you think Cyberpunk 2077 is going to sell better than Miles Morales?
How much did Miles Morales sell?
That's a good question. It is a Sony exclusive, and it did sell well on the PlayStation 5 and the regular PlayStation.
It's sold right now.
Cool. But I don't know. Like I don't think it's going to do as well as that game or well as a God of War. I was watching IGN, and they did a covering of Cyberpunk 2077, and they basically gave you like a basic breakdown of what the game is all about. And from what they said, there's not a lot of first person shooting going on in that game.
Yeah. So it said in Japan it sold 18,640 copies. It's not giving me a specific number, but
yeah,
I think Cyberpunk gonna outsell it.
You think so?
People are anticipating it. They're seeing the trailers and they're getting hyped for it. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna outsell.
But what if
not by a landslide, but like.
But what if it comes out and it bombs? Like,
what happened?
What if it comes out and it bombs and it doesn't do good?
Then I mean they overhyped it. I mean, like, what you expect? I mean, you can't always get your hopes up for things, man.
That'd be crazy though, because this is coming from a franchise that made the Witcher 3 series, which is good. I don't know if you played it yet.
No, I ain't played it. I heard and I saw it was good. So
it's a really dope series. But they've, like you said, they delayed this game twice. There's a lot of hype behind it, and if it doesn't perform well out the gate,
that's gonna tarnish something in the legacy a little bit, because they like, well, dang, you had us hyping up for this game for so long just for it to bomb like that.
Facts.
And I see through the gameplay, I don't think it's gonna bomb. It could happen, but same thing with Watch Dogs. I mean, you see what they showed at E3, but then when it came out, the graphics was not that good. So.
Oh my god, dude! I don't know if you played Watch Dogs Legion yet.
Nope, that is trash. That is not good for me.
Yo, Warren, don't even get it yet. I'm telling you, don't even get it yet, because for one, you have issues with the saving of your actual game. Like, you can't even save the game because it's supposed to automatically save like any other Ubisoft game, but for whatever reason, they haven't patched it in to where it does that.
Yeah.
So you'll be playing and then you'll turn the game off thinking, hey, I saved the game, and you would have lost so much progress. And it's sad. One of the workarounds that I looked on YouTube and found out what to do in that case, because you can't save manually either. You gotta fast travel to like your base, and then to force the game to save it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy in 2020.
I mean, it's like, I saw the video when your console was like glitching out or it's about to brick.
Yo, crazy.
I knew your heart was beating fast. You was like,
yo, Warren,
man, I paid so much money for this, man. Don't do it to me, man.
Warren, I thought it was gonna be a wrap. I said, yo, I just paid a bag for this shit. I said, yo, this shit is about to glitch. I said, oh no, this is just what they were talking about too. And I was with my luck. I'm like, watch this shit glitch on me. But I was like, yo, thank God this shit just went back to the game. But honestly, I thought
it was about to be stuck and it was gonna break. I'm like, oh no, bro.
Yo, and here I was fiending for the shit to get it, and then now I got it, and then it's breaking down. But I haven't had any issues with knock on wood. Knock on all wood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I haven't had no issue with the shit yet. But you still gonna get hopefully I don't. You still gonna get the PS5 though, right?
Yeah, I'm not getting it this year though. I'm getting it like either next year, middle of next year, or a year after that. I want to wait a little bit because then more games will be out. The console will have less bugs in it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And they'll actually work on it.
Oh, absolutely. So what kind of games you be playing though?
What kind of games I play?
Yeah.
Mainly, I play open world and sports games. I don't like, and maybe some first-person shooters like Battlefield and Call of Duty. Other than that, like I mostly play open worlds and sports games. Speaking of first-person shooters, what happened to Medal of Honor, man?
Wow. You went back on it. Medal of Honor. Wow.
That had potential to compete with Call of Duty and Battlefield. Battlefield, I don't know what's going on with them. I heard they're coming out with a 6th one, and it's gonna be like just like 3, but different.
I hope it's not like 3, but Medal of Honor. Wow, you went back, man. That was. I think the multiplayer aspect of Call of Duty is what killed Medal of Honor, because that was more like
story game.
Yeah, that was more of a story-driven game. That wasn't really. It had multiplayer, but it wasn't really solely focused on that. But Medal of Honor, I don't see that coming back. But then you remember SOCOM?
Oh yeah, SOCOM, man.
Dude, SOCOM was the joint.
Yeah, that was so, especially SOCOM 4. That was it.
SOCOM 4 was the joint, man. And I'm surprised that Sony didn't like reboot that, because that's an exclusive title for them.
Yeah. Last I saw it on PS3, and I had it on the PS3.
Yeah. Like I had it on PS3 too. They could have definitely like done something with that, since they doing the remasters with Capcom Resident Evils and Devil May Cries. They could have done a remake of SOCOM. You know what I mean? Because like I like Ubisoft games,
like that. So.
But that Tom Clancy, what is it, Ghost Recon?
Oh yeah, Ghost Recon.
I played Wildlands. It was cool. But the new joint that they had come out, Breakpoint. Oh man, I can't. I say, yo, same shit.
Yeah, Wildlands was cool for me. It's just it was too long. Like I could not sit there. Mm-hmm. It was too long.
Mm-hmm. Wildlands was long. You gonna play that? You gonna play that for a while. But I also thought that, you know, it was a cool open world sandbox military shooter, but I think at that point in time with Breakpoint, it just kind of got generic. I kind of feel like we've been there already with that already. You know what I mean? And you know, I did like it was cool when they added in Wildlands though, the Predator.
Yeah.
That was dope. But have you been hearing some issues as far as what gamers are having issues with, as far as the PlayStation 5? Like, I've been hearing.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Is like they put the games in the queue because they don't have simultaneous download, so they put the games in the queue instead of downloading it, and then they say they have to manually select the PS5 version to download because it'll automatically download the PS4 version.
Yep.
And the PS Plus collection, where you could play it on PS4 if you have it on your PS5, and they're banning people for that, which I don't understand why. It's part of PS Plus. People pay for it, so let them do what they do. But
facts.
But yeah, and then people just saying like their consoles is just making loud noises and just shutting down, and people just getting scratched up and stuff like that. And Xbox, they said it was smoky. "Quote unquote smoking." That was weed. It was not smoking.
That's a fact. That was weed. That was weed.
It didn't even look like it was like smoking like from the console. Like that's just weed smoke, and that's
a fact.
The smoke was too thick. It wasn't no like mechanical engineering smoke. It was just regular smoke.
Yeah, and I kind of knew, like, I knew people were going to try to create that narrative, like, oh, the Xbox isn't as powerful. Why get the PlayStation? And I ain't gonna cap. I did want a place. I still want the PlayStation. I wanted to get the PlayStation 5 first and then get the Xbox second. But
PlayStation 5 scalper prices.
Bro, look, man. I want that shit as bad as anybody else, but I'm not paying $1,500 for no console, bro. That's like 3 times the price of it. And then with that, you can just buy a crazy PC for $1,500, like, and be good.
Like, why would you do that?
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's no way. But I've been hearing that there's supposed to be like some restock of the PlayStation 5 for Cyber Monday. So pretty much tonight at 12 a.m. There's supposed to be like deals. But the way these bots go, bro, it's like, what's the point?
Man, these bots, man. Someone on YouTube showed an example on how bots like keep buying them or buying them. Like they get refused, but they still like reload, type in John Doe, your credit card, stuff like that. I'm like, well, wow, bro. Like, I mean, and Sony and Microsoft, they're wrong too, because they made it online only. Really, when you know the situation.
You know.
Sony, oh yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. That's good. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you know what, you're absolutely right about that. I think, I get we dealing with this pandemic and shit, but at the same time, like, they could have made it like, okay, you can't physically go in the store and get it, but if you want to get it, you can do like curbside pickup. That would have been a better option rather than just saying, yo, you can only get it online, because now you got this issue here. And they don't really care, because think about it, right? The scalpers, they're not stealing the consoles. They're still paying $500 for it. So Sony is still getting their money up front. Microsoft is still getting their money up front. They're not taking any losses. It's just the consumers now, they got to take the loss, because now they got to pay it for twice as much as it's worth. And I don't think that's fair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then it's like Sony just reported that this is their best selling console generation ever. And I'm saying to myself, I wonder why.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, I wonder why. I knew they were going to do this. I knew they was going to take credit for when all these doctors was buying them up. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wait until they report it. And if they say it's the best selling, we all know why. Like,
yeah, they're going, they're going to throw shade at Xbox. Like, yo.
Yeah.
Because
everybody got consoles like that.
I ain't going to front. Right? If you really want an Xbox X, you can get one right now. You can get one. I mean, you might not. You still might have to go through a scalper, but you're not going to pay $1,500 for it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some people still selling it at that, but
yeah.
But would you pay? How much would you overpay for a console?
What happened?
How much would you overpay for a console?
$50.
So you would pay $50 more than what it's actually worth.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm not paying no more than 100 or nothing like that. If anything, Sony needs to crack down on it, because like, if anything, they're taking extra money out of your pocket because they're upping the prices.
Facts.
But they don't understand that, they make the money, they get the sales, they get good publicity, and it's like, it is what it is. But we would have had more consoles in stock if they didn't team up with Burger King. Let me see. They didn't team up with Burger King. Let's see. They didn't give like free review units to each member of IGN and all that stuff. Giving free units to individual YouTubers. Let's see. When they was going the right direction when they had in-store pickup, and now online only, that's another plus. Like, it's like, well, bro, like, but yeah, I was thinking to myself, if the next GTA did come out, and then would they be able to scalp it? But I'm like, nah, they ain't gonna be able to scalp that. It's almost impossible, because they make so many copies of those games. Like,
yeah, but I think the way you would circumvent that is just buy digital.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you'll get it day one, but it'll just be the digital version. But I don't think. I think that it was even more easier to do with these next gen consoles, because they were brand new, and you can you can't get a digital version of a hardware console. Even if you can get a digital PS5 and a digital Xbox, it's still technically a physical hardware product, and you have to have the hardware product. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to
computer screen or something.
Exactly.
Like, I actually get it.
Exactly my point. So I don't know. I don't think there'll be like a scalping issue with a particular video game title. But if it's like let's see, if they come out with some new headphones or a new different kind of controller color or something dumb like that, I think they'll be able to still do it. But the thing is, they do this with other content as well, like other sneakers, clothing. These bots work in the same way that they would do with those other particular products. So,
the
only thing I was really surprised about was the fact that so many people still have extra residual money, like, to get these consoles, because like I said, they've been going for $1,000 to $1,500 on selective websites, eBay, Amazon, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. If you look, they've been going for like thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? So like people are still finding a way to purchase these things. But the thing that I'm concerned about now is at some point in time, there's only so much scalping you can do. And you're going to have to eventually bring the price down to a reasonable price to offer this console to somebody. Because at some point in time, there's going to be enough product on the floor where people be able to go into stores and get one. My thing is, what are those scalpers going to do? Are they going to sit and hold on to those particular consoles until, you know, people are actually able to come around to them and buy them? Because guaranteed, once these consoles hit the store consistently to the point where you can go locally and pick them up, no one's going to pay $1,000 or $1,500 for a PS5. No one's going to pay $900, $800 for a PS5. You know what I mean? And I think, at the end of the day, it's these companies that put us in these particular situations. I think if we don't, as gamers, get to the point where we demand more oversight on how these items are brought to the market, rather than just first come, first serve basis, get yours while you can get it, I don't think that's a reasonable marketing strategy. What do you think?
Nah, it's like, you're right on that. It's like, they gotta do better. Like, they know there's bots, they know there's people who want them, so they gotta at least delay it to where you have more, and instead of teaming up with each other to give them away. Like, but yeah, I'll be right back. I'm about to head out real quick, so you can.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead, bro. So my thing is, I'm just concerned about the longevity of the actual viability of, what's to say this doesn't become an issue in the future? What's to say this doesn't become another situation where consumers aren't able to get products because they're actually able to be brought and then resold at exorbitant prices to the very same consumers that were initially looking to purchase these items? I think Microsoft and Sony are going to have to come up with a plan and a solution, because at the end of the day, you're not getting someone to buy a warranty with this console. You're not getting someone to then, buy, any type of proprietary products with this console, because most of the time people are buying the Scout products and also adding them as bundles. And I think it's actually at some point in time is going to come and bite these major conglomerate gaming companies in the butt, if I may say. But anyway, guys, I'm Troy. This is Troy LTR. This is Gaming Vibes on a Sunday with my guy Warren. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We sat down, we talked about some games. Hopefully we'll do it again next week. Until next time, guys, peace.